Hello, everybody. This is Mr. Giancarlo with What's Up with Giancarlo. We are going over lesson 5.2, rewriting percent expressions in this video. So we're dealing with markups and markdowns. That is what this whole lesson is about. So a markup is one kind of percent increase. You can use a bar model to represent the retail price of an item that is the total price including the markup. So they show you your little bar model. They say you're into so your price, this is the original price, S, your variable. I like going with X, but whatever. Um, and then this is, they tell you 42% markup. This is the 42% markup. So they're telling you to find out the actual price after the markup. You take your variable, and then you take your 42% of the variable, and then you add it on. Okay? So example one, to make a profit, stores mark up the prices on the items they sell. A sports store buys skateboards from a supplier for S dollars. What is the retail price for skateboards that the manager buys for 35 and 56 after a 42% markup? I'm only going to do 35, okay? So let's imagine we don't know it's 35, okay? So it's for X dollars. So we've got X, this is the original price, and the markup is 42. So it's the original amount, and then the markup so they can make money because everybody's greedy and wants to make money. Well, not really greedy, but who doesn't want to make money? So X plus 42%, we need to make that a decimal. So we move it over 0.42 of X. So then when I get my dollar amount, which is 35, I would plug it in. So I can either write it as this, or as everybody knows, there is an imaginary 1 in front of the variable that's by itself. So I can either have it written this way, or I can just add them since they are like terms, and I can make it 1.42x. These are they both mean the same thing. This is two terms. This is one term. So let's use 35. I'm plugging in 35 for X plus 0.42 times 35 so 35 times 0.42 is $14.07 plus 35. So we're gonna get 0.70, 5 and 4 is 9, 3 and 1 is 49.70. And then let's work this out. 1.42 times 35. And that equals 4,970 with two decimal places. Oh, 49.70. You can write it either way. Sometimes maybe they'll ask you for two terms. Maybe they'll ask you for one term. This is how you write it. You just add both of them together to get your one term. A markup, you're adding them. Okay? Mark up, add. So real quick, mark up equals the original price plus the percent as a decimal times the original price. All right. OP, if you want to make it short. MU, if you want to make it short. All right. OP over here also. Percent as a decimal. You have to convert it to a decimal. So let's work on these your turns. Rick buys remote control cars to resell. He applies a markup of 10%. Write two expressions that represent the retail price of the cars. So this is what I'm talking about. For the two term, you would get X plus 0.1 X, or for the one term, you just add the 1 and the 0.1 and you get 1.1 X. All right? And that's how you would do it. They use C. I just like using X all the time. Letter B. If Rick buys a remote control car for $28, what is his selling price? So we fill in the 28 for the X, we get 1.1 times X. That is the easier way to do it. 1.1, and it's not letting me really write it in. Let's look at the answer. You do 1.1 times 28, and that will give you $30.80. You just multiply, class. All right? Moving on. An exclusive clothing boutique triples the price of the items it purchases for resale. What is the boutique's markup percent? So, class, if you double the price of something, if I go from 100 to 200, if I go from $20 to $40, that is a 100% markup because I'm just doubling it. I'm using the amount that they gave me and I'm doubling it, so that's 100%. So if I triple it, if doubling it is 100%, tripling would obviously have to be 200%. I click my answer. Oh, it's the right answer. Yay! Write two expressions that represent the retail price of the clothes. So, what do you think? I have, that's a long bell. So I have 1C or 1X, which is my original, and then I'm multiplying it by 2 to triple it. So when I add them together, I get 3C. That's the right one. Clearly, these are both insane answers. C, senor. Yep. Yes, sir. I see you. Those are not the right answers. Okay? Moving on. Calculating markdowns. An example of a percent decrease is a discount or markdown. A price after a markdown may be called a sale price. You can also use a bar model to represent the price of an item, including the markdown. Class. Markdown. Or MD if you want. Equals the original price or OP minus, that is the only difference between a markup and a markdown. You subtract the second part. The percent, don't forget, as a decimal. Multiplied by the original price. Or OP. Okay? It is the same exact thing. So, a discount store marks down all of its holiday merchandise by 20% off the regular selling price. Find the discounted price of decorations that regularly sell for $16 and $23. So, at this point, we have the original selling price, X, 20% off. We're going to subtract 0.2X from it. You can either write it with this, which is 2 terms, or you can make it 1 term by subtracting the like terms and getting 1 term, which is 0.8x. I'll put my zeros, sorry. And remember, there's a 1, that's why you get 0.8. Okay? When you work it out, you just do 0.8 times 16 and then 0.8 times 23 and you get your answers. A bicycle shop marks down each bicycle selling price B by 24%. Draw a bar model? I don't need to, okay? I've got B minus 0.24 B. And then what is a single term expression? This is two terms. A single term would be 1 minus 0.24 would be 0.76 B. My answer is D. That's how you work it out. That's your bar problem, but I don't really like doing that. Jane sells pillows. For a sale, she marks them down 5%. Write two expressions that represent the sale price of the pillows. I get X minus 0.05X, which is the two terms, or I do the 1 minus the 0.5 and get 0.95X. Oh my God, I'm so smart! Anybody watching this video can be just like me. If the original price of a pillow is $15, what is the sale price? We take 0.95, we multiply it by 15, and then we're going to end up with $14.25. Okay? Just wanted to get through that video quickly. Thank you for watching. I'm Mr. Giancarlo, and I want everybody to remember, when you're watching these videos, you're a part of the class.